It's Friday night in Denver, Colorado, and it's time for hockey in the Mile High City. Welcome inside Joy Burns Arena on the campus of University of Denver, Colorado. Mark Robinson here with you as we're getting set for ACHA hockey. It's the New Mexico Lobos and the Denver Pioneers, a women's club hockey matchup, the second of a two-game series between these two teams. Denver looks to take the series sweep, and New Mexico looks to split things down the middle. Last night was the first of the two games between these two teams. So for game two, Denver looking to grab that second win. Denver picked up their second win of the season last night in the first of the two games. New Mexico scored one goal in the game, courtesy of Kylie Phillips. It was her first of the season and only the second goal scored by any Lobo women's club hockey player this season. It was Briella Kagi on the assist for that goal. But on the flip side of the Lobos only scoring one goal, Denver erupted for 7 goals against New Mexico last night. It's the most they've scored in a game. Prior to last night, it was only 3. So they doubled their scoring for goals in a single game. 5 different goal scorers for the Pioneers last night. Carolyn Pacala, Lily Moravchik, Reese Olson had 2 tucks alongside Kyla O'Leary, who had 2 as well. And Charlotte Katz scored a goal, one of the 7 for the Denver Pioneers as well. 11 different players had a point in the game for Denver, and 3 players scored their first goal of the 2025-26 season for the Pioneers in their very tilted, very dominant win against New Mexico last night. Puck drop coming up in just about 15 minutes here on Price Productions, so stay tuned. Got an electric matchup right around the corner. We'll return in just a moment. Welcome back inside University of Denver. We're getting set for an electric ACHA hockey matchup between the visiting University of New Mexico Lobos and the home team, the Denver Women's ACHA Pioneers. Inside Joy Burns Arena, my name is Mark Robinson. Happy to be here with you on Price Productions. Got an electric game 2 of a 2-game series between these two American Collegiate Club women's hockey teams. Very exciting stuff as the Lobos look to get their first franchise win in history against the Denver Pioneers. Denver, on the other end, looking to split the series down the middle and take both of the 2 games over the weekend. Last night was Denver's first career win over this New Mexico Lobos women's club team, and that's because this year, 2025-26, it's the inception of this brand new women's club hockey team at the University of New Mexico. It was integrated this year, and for the first time, these young women at the University of New Mexico have the opportunity to play club hockey at the college level. So very exciting that a school with a pretty widely known array of athletics. They have obviously a very solid football team and a plethora of other sports. A little bit of an expansion, and some of these hockey players who played throughout their childhood and into high school, they get the opportunity to now play at the club and the collegiate level. They're yet to win a game in the ACHA standings. They have played now 3 games in the ACHA, 2 against the University of Utah, and now 1 of the 2 against the University of Denver. Both games against Utah were pretty tilted in favor of the Utes. It was 11-1 and 10-0 respectively, those first 2 games. So definitely safe to say that New Mexico still finding their footing as a brand new team whose inception is this year. But nevertheless, exciting stuff that they're able to participate in such a phenomenal organization in the American Collegiate Hockey Association. Teams all around the world, both men's and women's club hockey. It gives all sorts of hockey players an amazing opportunity to play at the collegiate level. Got a fresh sheet of ice. Players are warmed up, and we're getting set for game 2 of the matchup. Last night's game, we talked a little bit about it in the brief pregame show during warm-ups, but pretty tilted in favor of the home team, the Denver Pioneers. It was 7-1. The final score, only 1 goal. It's one of the 2 goals that have been scored all season by the University of New Mexico Lobos as the away team takes the ice right now. But they're obviously looking to try to spark some momentum here and split the series down the middle and take their first franchise win against the Denver Pioneers. As the home team, the Pioneers, take the ice on their home ice here at Joy Burns Arena, looking to take the series sweep against a very young New Mexico team. So now that both teams are on the ice with puck drop just around the corner, let's meet the starting lineups for both teams. Starting with the away team for New Mexico, the 3 forwards will be Mia Hollister, Kylie Phillips, and Katie Guinta. 2 defensemen for the Lobos. Starting on the ice tonight, Brianna Taylor and Adeline Asa. The starting goaltender for the New Mexico Lobos, Peyton Swanson. And for the home team, the Pioneers, the starting forward lines, it'll be Reese Olson on the left wearing number 22. The captain, Megan Siwajek, wearing number 19 in the middle. And Molly Erickson, number 20 on the right. For defensemen, it's Alex Chisdick and Gabby Mansour, wearing number 15 and number 23, respectively, for the Pioneers. And starting in goal will be Leah Schaefer, responsible for both wins this season for the Pioneers. They're 2-9 on their young ACHE 2025-26 season. We'd like to remind you that today's women's ACHA hockey game is streamed and brought to you by Price Productions. The mission of Price Productions is to provide both a top-tier production experience for our partners as well as support non-paywalled streaming opportunities for student athletes and their families. You can stream all our games here on YouTube at Price Productions. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and leave a comment on the stream. You can also check us out on Instagram at Price Productions 970 and at our website at priceproductions970.com. And as I mentioned earlier, Mark Robinson here with you on the call for today's ACHA women's game, courtesy of Price Productions. Very happy to be here on the call on this lovely Friday night, a perfect night for hockey. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Mark Robinson Sports and on X at MWR Sports. Here from Joy Burns Arena, we'll step aside, honor our country with the national anthem. Puck drop straight ahead here on Price Productions. Ready to go here from Denver, Colorado, the second game of a two-game weekend series. New Mexico in town for the first franchise series in team history against the Denver Pioneers. And the story for Denver this year, they started the season 0-9, went winless 8 times against 4 different conference opponents. But the Pioneers now have back-to-back wins, and they've generated their first win streak of the season. They took the second half of a 2-game series against the University of Wyoming on Halloween and November 1st. They lost that first game 5-2, and then an overtime win, 3-2 the final score in Game 2 of that second game. And now they had that first win against the New Mexico Lobos, and they look to keep the streak alive and take the series sweep tonight. The Pioneers have 17 goals for and 56 goals against through 11 games played. Have been shut out 5 times this season. And they're yet to record a shutout of their own. They were 1 goal away last night. But Kylie Phillips from the Lobos was able to find the sole goal for the Lobos as we're underway here from Joy Burns Arena. Faceoff was won by New Mexico, but it's cleared back toward the neutral zone by the Pioneers. They'll pick it up and skate it towards center ice. Here comes Reese Olsen moving in with some speed. Olsen near the slot lost control, and now it's sent back the other way. A long shot stays on the ground, and it's deflected out toward the far side. Now skating it around is Gabby Mansour. She falls over and loses control. Pioneers still with it. Down low in the corner. It's the captain, Megan Siwajek, trying to skate it out. And now here comes an opportunity, a long shot. Puck loose out in front, a save made by Peyton Swanson, the starting goaltender for the Lobos. Playing a game tonight and this weekend in her home state of Colorado. Originally from Parker, Colorado, played for the Colorado Lady Bruins at Cherry Creek High School. She's got 2 games and 20 minutes this season, and she gets the nod as the starter tonight. As the faceoff won by the Pioneers, a long wrist shot from the top of the blue line, and now a loose puck out in the slot, chipped out toward the far side. Pioneers on the forecheck. New Mexico will try to poke it out of the neutral zone. Still a loose puck. Nobody able to come away with possession. Now Denver will skate it in toward the slot and turn it around. A pass over to the left side for Charlotte Katz. She's not able to hold on. She'll flip it out toward the center. Chipped up now toward the blue line. Alicia Sharoon can't hold on. And now Gabby Hardy loses control and a potential breakout opportunity for the Lobos, skating it in toward the middle but not able to hold on. Now starting back up with it is Kyla O'Leary. Two Lobos in her way of trying to break out toward the slot. She'll lose control. Puck floats over to the near side corner. Chipped up now toward the blue line. Denver still with it, but it's lofted over into Denver territory. It's Lily Moravchik on the chase. Icing the call will send it back the other way with 18-16 to go here in the first period of play. University of Denver currently in 6th place in their respective conference in the ACHA. They're in the Western Women's Collegiate Hockey Conference, consisting of University of Colorado, Montana State, Utah Grand Canyon, Colorado State, and Wyoming, as they maintain possession in the Lobos zone, but the Lobos will try to flip it up and out. Turnover at the blue line, but Lily Moravchik not able to hold on. Now a backhand cross-ice pass. Denver skating it around their own goal, trying to get out of their own zone. Good pressure on the forecheck now by the Lobos. Flipped up toward the neutral zone, just off the stick of Hannah Bourbon. And it's skated around by Adeline Asa. Asa, cross-ice pass to the far side. Lobos chip it up into the neutral zone. But now it comes the other way. Denver tries to get back into the offensive pressure. Now some room for the Lobos. Here comes Sophia Luna, but it's turned over and skated back the other way. Centering pass in the neutral zone for Reese Olson. Puck still live flipped over the length of the glass, but stayed in play, now pinned in the corner. Loose puck near the blue line. The captain, Megan Siwajek, tries to skate it in far side. Another neutral zone turnover, but pressure from the Lobos on the boards near center ice. And here they come with the puck now. Sent straight toward the middle of the Denver zone. Now chipped the other way, and Reese Olson will skate it around out toward center ice now. Olson picking up some speed, tried to dangle, but a turnover in the neutral zone. Now the Lobos try to start up with it with some speed. Skating it far side is Langan Walter. Walter trying to bring it around toward the back of the goal, but a turnover. Alex Chisdek will take over. Poked up toward the blue line, but kept in by the Lobos. But another turnover. Denver will poke it out toward center ice. Puck near the red line now. Poked over to the blue line. Now some room for Kyla O'Leary, who dangles around toward the near side. O'Leary backhands it to the center, but nobody there in a white sweater to shoot it home. More space now. A long one-timer misses wide by Lauren Bush. I beg your pardon, that's Elisa Sharoon on the one-timer up near the point. Sharoon goes to get a change. Loose puck on the far side of the New Mexico zone. Chipped up in the air toward the blue line. Cross-ice pass for Tori Hedges, but a great stick on the forecheck. And now some space for Gabby Mansour. 15:30 to go here in the first period from Joy Burns Arena. Mark Robinson here on the call. Loose puck now controlled by Denver behind the goal. Tried to get a centering pass out in front, but it was deflected by the goaltender Peyton Swanson. New Mexico looking for their first career ACHA win. Denver looking for back-to-back wins as a long wrist shot misses just wide from Gabby Hardy. New Mexico will try to flip it up, and they do so. It's skated into the neutral zone and backhanded over the red line, but Denver on the chase. They'll skate it around into the corner. No icing called. Denver will bring it back the other way. Passed up to the captain, Megan Siwajek. A good stick there at the red line by the captain. And a long shot. Save made by Peyton Swanson all the way from the neutral zone. She was able to take care of the long attempt from Denver. Now poked forward by Kaylee Gunta. walking in, centering pass just a little ahead of Kylie Phillips. Can't send it home. Puck now controlled by Denver and skated up toward the neutral zone, flipped over to the far side. New Mexico loses control, sends it back toward the slot. And now Denver walks it up. Brennan crosses the red line. Brennan with a nice dangle. Brennan loses control off a good stick by the Lobos, and a loose puck will bounce off the boards near the Denver blue line. Aggressively sent off the boards by Alex Chisdek. Denver controls once again, pokes it up towards center ice. Loose puck is chipped and a turnover by Denver. Walking it in toward the far side, Dot. Erickson lost her stick, and the Lobos now control. Good pressure from the Lobos, but now puck going the other way for Denver. Sent up toward the blue line, a little too much to Kyla O'Leary, unable to handle the pass. No outright offensive zone time or chances by either team. Fanned on the pass there, almost a turnover near the far side dot for the Lobos, but it's sent back toward the blue line. Now a chance here. Denver walking in and shooting. Loose puck out in front. What a save made by Peyton Swanson. Oh, and I beg your pardon. It's scooted in, and they score. Denver strikes first. It looked like a save was made from my vantage point, but Lily Moravchik off the rebound scores goal number 1. Pioneers take the lead. After the initial save from Swanson, a loose puck for Moravchik, and she's able to scoot it right past the likes of Swanson. Pioneers strike first. It's 1-0. Face-off won by Denver. They control now at the blue line. Skating it up toward the red line now is Alicia Sharoon, but the Lobos will take over in their own zone. Now a loose puck near the red line. Skating it down is Gabby Hardy. She'll turn around in her own zone and send it back the other way. Denver controlling now on the near side at the blue line. Hannah Bourbon trying to walk in and take a shot. But a good stick by the Lobos. It's deflected now into the corner. Bourbon tried to get a backhand shot off. She'll chase down to the far side corner. 12:04 to go here in the first period. A centering feed, but only teal jerseys there to poke it out toward the other way. Leah Schaefer with the pad save off the long shot from the blue line by the Lobos. And now the captain, Megan Siwajek, will send it up ice for Reese Olson. Cross-ice pass too far ahead of Sammy Brennan. Another loose puck now on the boards in the near side corner. Some space to work with for Denver, but a nice turnover by New Mexico. They'll start up with it now, skating it into the neutral zone and flipping it up toward the corner is Kylie Phillips. Loose puck behind the goal. Denver pokes it to the corner. Centering pass by New Mexico, but Denver grabs it on the tape. Another chance here for the Lobos, but lots of back and forth defensive plays. Centering pass, great play there defensively by Lily Moravchik. Has the first goal of the game. Gives the Denver Pioneers that early 1-0 lead. Now flipped up into the neutral zone, controlled by Abigail Hinckley of the Lobos. Pass was deflected on the way over to Sammy Brennan. Now a loose puck. Denver flips it up past the red line. Too far ahead for any forwards to make the grab. Sent back the other way now. Nice dangle there by Sammy Brennan. Sammy Brennan gets tripped up, but gets a shot off. Great save made by Peyton Swanson. If Sammy Brennan would have fallen over, probably would have gotten the tripping call there. It was a blatant stick from New Mexico, tripping her up on the lower half of her body. But now New Mexico with a little bit of space. Centering feed, glove save made by Leah Schaefer. She keeps this game scoreless for the Lobos. 9:39 to go here in the first period of play. The home team here in the Mile High City has the early lead. Near side circle face-off. It's Tori Hedges against the captain, Megan Siwajek. Face-off won by the Lobos. Loose puck out in front. Schaefer dives over it and swallows it up. We'll have another face-off in the same place. It's Hedges and Siwajek in the circle once again for Denver and New Mexico. Won by the Lobos, sent up toward the point, but too much on the pass for Brianna Taylor to handle. Now Denver moves it up into their offensive zone with speed. They'll ring it around the boards. Skate it over into the near side. Siwajek trying to control. Now Sharoon trying to dangle in front, but nobody with any room to find an offensive shot opportunity. Puck sent down the other way. Only White Kits in front, which will send it the other way on the icing call. 9:02 to go here in period number one. The Pioneers with the early lead. Denver currently in 6th place in their respective ACHA conference standings, a 2-9-0 record. One of their 2 wins in place of this team right here with some space for the Lobos, but they can't hang on. Aired out into the neutral zone all the way to the other end. Icing waved off. New Mexico will chase down in their own zone in the corner. Good stick on the forecheck by the Pioneers, sent toward the middle of the slot, but Reese Olson falling over as the pass was coming toward her tape. Still a loose puck, kept in and rung the other way by Gabby Mansour. Now on the near side, controlling is Olson. Olson will skate it around toward the far side. Olson trying to wrap around, changes direction and shoots, but the puck redirected out behind the corner. Now kept in again by the Pioneers, sent down toward the slot, misses wide and loose behind the goal. Backhanded up now toward the far side boards. New Mexico will flip it up into the neutral zone with some space now. A one-on-one for Kylie Phillips, but a great stick by Denver. Now Denver lofts it up toward the red line. Some space now for Reese Olson. Centering pass. Oh, what an opportunity for Kyla O'Leary. She recovers. O'Leary turns around, sends it to the far side. Can't hold on as Sammy Brennan. She falls over. Ricocheted off the boards and into the corner by Alex Chisdek. Lasire Servia, defenseman for the Lobos, chases it down and sends it cross ice. 7:08 to go here in the first period. 1-0 the score in favor of the home team. Opportunity here, great deflection. A block from Abigail Hinckley. Denver keeps it in up near the point. Hard slap shot from Alex Chisdek is redirected. And a slap shot misses just high over the head of Peyton Swanson. Loose puck, now skating it in and shooting, but a save made off the glove of Peyton Swanson. Loose puck in the far side corner. Denver with some space tried to center, now a loose puck behind the goal. 6:16 to go here in the first period of play. Friday night club hockey here from Joy Burns Arena. Puck pinned along the boards off the skate of New Mexico. Now sent up toward the near side dot. Loose puck lofted all the way to the other end, icing the call. It's Alex Chizdek there to send it the other way. Alex Chizdek tied for team lead in goals. 6 different players on this women's club hockey team have 2 goals on this young ACHA women's season. Near side circle face-off in the New Mexico zone. Denver looking to get offensive space here. Puck softly lofted on the left side of the goal. Another opportunity. Long wrist shot misses wide. Now a wraparound chance coming in and shooting. They score! Hannah Bourbon wraps around and scores for the Pioneers. Her 3rd goal of the season, and it's 2-0 Denver. Loose puck out behind the net. She came around, took a wrist shot. You see her right there, has all the space she needs, comes around, finds her look, wrist shot right on the left side. And Denver cushions their lead within the 5-minute mark. 2-0 for the Pioneers. Loose puck near the far side. New Mexico will loft it out, but it's kept in off of the hand of Elisa Sharoon. A nice job on the deflection. She'll ring it around the boards the other way. Icing waved off. Swanson comes out of her net to grab the puck, but skates back into the crease. 5 minutes to go here in the first period. Kept in off the long reach from Lily Moravchik. Moravchik will saucer it toward the center, but Swanson makes the save. Hannah Bourbon's got 3 goals on the season and 4 points now. Just mentioned it a second ago that six players on the DU team were tied for the lead in goals. But Hannah Bourbon scoring that 3rd goal of the season gives her outright lead. New Mexico shades it in. Long wrist shot saved by Leah Schaefer. Has plenty of space and plenty of angle to make the save. South of 5 minutes to go here in the first period. Near side circle face-off. Kylie Phillips and Megan Siwajek in the circle. Won by New Mexico. But Denver with some space and some numbers. Here comes Kyla O'Leary. Kyla O'Leary gives it over to Lauren Bush, but not enough space. Lofted up in the air for the Pioneers. Now a puck toward the center. Siwajek trying to get the backhand shot off, but it's lofted into the neutral zone and toward the New Mexico zone. Icing waved off. Mansour skates it around. Mansour now with some space sends it up ice. Too much for O'Leary, but she'll try to dangle toward the center. Now Bush. And a whistle and a stoppage of play offside the call. 3:57 to go here in the first period. Face off just ahead of the blue line on the near side, won by Denver. They try to chip it into their own offensive zone, but it goes back the other way. Gabby Mansour there to set it up toward the red line. Now the captain, Siwajek, gives it up for O'Leary. O'Leary, not enough space to get toward the middle. O'Leary will walk it around the backside of the goal. O'Leary still with it. Now the captain, Siwajek, walks in, shoots. Puck is loose out in front. Great save made by Peyton Swanson. Near side circle face-off. Chipped over toward the back of the goal. Now rung around the far side, New Mexico. Sweeps it over toward center ice. Good stick there by the Pioneers. They maintain possession and walk it in now at their offensive blue line. They'll slow things down and send it across ice. Elisa Sharoon sends it off the boards. And now some space for Charlotte Katz. Katz walks in and shoots. Tough angle shot. Loose puck out in front. Swallowed up and saved by Swanson. Charlotte Katz thought she had the short side angle, but not enough room. A great slide coverage from Peyton Swanson. Had her whole body on the right side of the post. Face-off won by Denver in their own offensive zone. Long wrist shot deflected on the way. That missed everything. 2:45 to go here in the first period. 2-0 in favor of the home team. Skated at the red line by the Pioneers. They'll send it back in their own zone and reset. Now some space and some numbers. Here comes Moravchek. Moravchek slows down on the far side near the point. Now New Mexico walks it in with some space. Here comes Brianna Taylor. Taylor looks to center. Denver takes it over. Reese Olson skates it around the goal and starts up with some speed. Here comes Olson. Olson on the backhand. Olson moving in. Olson couldn't get a shot off a good stick by the Lobos. Loose puck out in front now, poked up toward the top of the slot. Moravchik maintains possession. Sends it cross ice for Gabby Mansour. Moravchik will get a change. Mansour skates it over to the near side now. Mansour sends it up to Chizdek, but a save made by Swanson. Chizdek had her first 2 goals of the season against Wyoming. Had 2 assists last night in the first of this 2-game series. Face-off won with 1:30 to go. Long slapper wrist shot from Gabby Hardy. Missed to the left. Hardy there at the red line to poke it back the other way. Denver tries to keep it alive in the neutral zone. Hardy on the far side has O'Leary to her left, but she'll skate it up and toward the red line herself. Here comes Hardy with some speed. Hardy centering pass intended for Siwajek. Siwajek still with it. Now some space for Denver. Another chance. Pad save made by Swanson. Gabby Hardy keeps it in up near the blue line. Pokes it back toward Bush. Bush back over for Hardy. Hardy, short side shot. Save made. Loose puck out in front. 43 seconds to go here in the first period. A wraparound chance, and they score! A wraparound goal for Kyla O'Leary. And she makes this a 3-0 game. A loose puck behind the net, and O'Leary finds the opportunity, wraps it around, and scores. Pioneers up 3-0. Face-off won and controlled by New Mexico. They trail by 3. Chizdek almost able to come away with it at the top of the point. She rockets it toward the far side corner, but it's stopped on the way by New Mexico. And now here come the Lobos, but numbers for Denver will apply the defensive pressure on the back check and send the puck into the far side corner. Poked over toward the blue line with 10 seconds to go. Here come the Pioneers. Long wrist shot save made by Swanson. No time on the clock. New Mexico will dangle it up toward the red line. And the first 20 minutes of hockey in the books here from Joy Burns Arena. An early 3-goal lead for the Denver Pioneers here on Price Productions from Joy Burns Arena. We'll step aside momentarily and return with some first period highlights. Mark Robinson here with you on Price Productions. First intermission here in Joy Burns Arena. It's the New Mexico Lobos and the Denver Pioneers in Game 2 of a weekend women's ACHA hockey series. The Pioneers, the home team, comfortably leading this game after one. We'll take a look at some first half highlights. It was Lily Moravchek who kicked off the scoring for Denver off a loose puck in the slot in front of Peyton Swanson, who made the initial save. Moravchek able to easily get the goal off the rebound to give the Pioneers a 1-0 lead. And then it was Hannah Bourbon who took the puck around the left side of the net, skated it out toward the dot, and had all the space she needed to send a wrister home and cushion the lead for the Pioneers. But it wasn't just 2 goals that they wanted 3. The third of the 3 goals for the Pioneers was a wraparound chance from Kyla O'Leary. Came around from left to right on the near side, wrapped around and put it right past Peyton Swanson. Pioneers with a 3-0 lead. They won last night's game, and they're on pace to do so again tonight and get to a 3-game winning streak here inside Joy Burns Arena. Just about 6 minutes away from the second period here on Price Productions. My name is Mark Robinson. We will return momentarily. Second period of hockey straight ahead. Both teams will get a side switch. The Denver Pioneers will look to hold on to a 3-goal lead. They exploded for 3 goals in the first period of play. They had a 7-1 win last night, so they're on pace for a similar level of scoring than they had yesterday, looking to get back-to-back franchise wins against the New Mexico Lobos, who, as I mentioned earlier on the broadcast, are in their first ever season as a ACHA women's club hockey team. This year was the inception of the University of New Mexico women's club hockey. And so despite a slow start to the season, I think it's safe to say that they're just happy to be involved and get to have the opportunity to play in such an awesome organization in the ACHA. Head coach for the home team, the University of Denver Pioneers, is Eric Mayhew, and the plethora of coaches on the staff for New Mexico: Nicole Bazzano, Tuesday Chavez, Christina Lee, Julia Pluz, Jared Ronquillo, and Acacia Sanchez Chavez. Not all coaches in attendance for this weekend's away series, but as I mentioned, a plethora of individuals on the coaching staff for the Lobos. Lots of different figures and individuals to give all sorts of insight to the brand new team this year. And some other coaches, some other individuals on the home coach bench, but only coach listed on the active roster for the Denver Pioneers, of course, Eric Mayhew. 3-0 lead for the home team Pioneers. It was Lily Moravchek, Hannah Bourbon, and Kyla O'Leary who each scored goals in that third period. Puck down and second period underway. Leah Schaefer and Peyton Swanson on opposite ends of the ice. Denver going from left to right now. New Mexico from right to left. Here comes the Pioneers with control and space, but a nice stick there off the deflection. Brianna Taylor. Puck loose out now toward the red line. Sent back the other way by Chisdek off the wall and goes around the boards. Icing waves off. New Mexico there on the chase. Chisdek walking in now and shooting. Save made by Swanson. What a great shot from Alex Chisdek. Got the lift off the stick. A wrister with plenty of space from the far side circle, but not enough for Peyton Swanson to lose sight of the puck. She gets the save and keeps this game 3-0. Far side circle face-off. Charlotte Katz in the circle with Tori Hedges. Long shot from Denver and controlled up near the blue line. Now by Sharoon. She'll send it down toward the corner. Centering pass attempt from Lauren Bush, but now the puck loose in the corner. Set up now, and Denver not able to keep it in. It'll go the length of the ice and come back the other way. Denver will get the offensive zone face-off after the icing call. New Mexico in their first year, currently in the Independent League in the ACHA for women's club hockey, consisting of Arizona State, University of Arizona, UMass Amherst, New Mexico, of course, Rhode Island, Washington, and Niagara University. Puck loose, poked up, icing waved off. Great job there by New Mexico, a centering pass, but too much sauce on the puck to complete the play. Lofted up toward the red line. Lasai Servia on the chase. Swanson comes out of the crease and pokes it over to the near side. Now a turnover. Denver controls down low. Walks it up, and Sharoon keeps it in, rings it around the boards at the blue line. Bush on the chase. Sun up now, but redirected the other way. Goes off the boards, past the red line. Denver pokes it back in the other direction. It's Sharoon and Bush on the puck for the Pioneers, but New Mexico trying to poke it the other way. Puck loose now and sent cross ice. Over to Sammy Brennan. Now New Mexico skates it into their offensive zone. Centering pass, but a turnover. And Denver has some numbers now. Here comes Alec Chisdick on the breakaway, but the shot broken up by Breonna Taylor. Denver still has possession on the far side. Pass backhanded now for Moravchek. Short angle shot save made by Peyton Swanson. Moravchik wanted her second goal of the game. A short angle shot. Tough angle down low. Can't find the back of the net. Peyton Swanson gets another save. Moravchik takes the face off. In the circle. It's won by Denver. Centering pass. Chisdick will keep it in up near the blue line. Off the backhand, she'll skate it down low. Chisdick coming around the goal. Now a centering pass, but it's broken up by New Mexico. Good stick there on the forecheck by Sammy Brennan. Tried to poke it the other way, but now the Lobos will start up with it. Take some offensive momentum into their own zone. Poked by Hannah Bourbon, and she's got some space now, but New Mexico slaps it up toward the blue line. Now a loose puck near the red line. Chisdick on the chase. Lobos ring it around the boards to the far side. Hannah Bourbon pinned along the boards, puck loose. Megan Siwajek there as well. Lofty pass around the boards. Chisdick with a long slap shot up near the blue line on the near side. Couldn't get much lift off the puck. Stays straight on the ground. Now the puck heads toward the right side of the post. Short side, Swanson swallows it up and makes the save. 16:09 to go here in the second period. Scoreless in the second period, but a 3-goal lead for Denver. Siwajek in the circle to take the face-off. It's won by Denver. And Gabby Mansour with some space. Mansour skates it in, shoots off the top of the post. Oh, Mansour was inches away from scoring a beautiful goal. Mexico tries to clear it out. They skated across the red line. Siwajek, the captain for the Pioneers, tried to scoop it along and bring it back the other way. Long wrist shot, pad save made, puck up in the air and loose. Now another opportunity and a save made by Leah Schaefer. An exciting sequence of hockey. Now a far side circle face-off. Charlotte Katz and Tori Hedges in the circle. It's poked into the corner and won by Denver, and they'll skate it around the back of the goal. Tough angle shot, save made, and now puck sent back toward the far side. Sharoon pokes it up toward center ice. Servia chases it down for the Lobos. Now Lauren Bush sends it up ice, long slap shot, fanned on, and New Mexico will skate it up and get it out of their own zone. New Mexico controls at center ice, tries to skate it in and start offensive pressure. But Elisa Sharoon pokes it over, now it's sent cross ice. And a turnover. Here come the Pioneers. O'Leary has some space. Bush to the left of her. Moravchik shot. Pad save made. Rebound goes to Denver. They control in the corner. O'Leary walks around. O'Leary shoots. Loose puck out in front. Swanson swallows it up. All sorts of scoring opportunities for the Pioneers. O'Leary wanted goal number 2. She would have had back-to-back goals. Moravchik in the circle to take the face-off for the Pioneers. One in control. The shot missed everything from Hannah Bourbon, but the Pioneers control and keep it in up near the blue line. Now skated down low. An opportunity. Save made. The rebound is loose. Got to give Peyton Swanson credit. So many loose pucks after all of these shots on goal, such great awareness. She's seeing the puck really well. Has only let one loose rebound puck in. It was the first goal of the game from Lily Moravchuk. Moravchuk in the circle to take the faceoff, wins it for Denver. But now, here come the Lobos, some space for Katie Gunta, but it's poked the other way. Now loose behind the net, New Mexico pokes it into the corner. Mansour skates it back over for Moravchuk, back to Mansour. Sends it up ice near the red line for Hannah Bourbon. And here comes Bourbon. Bourbon, tough angle shot, deflected on the way, missed way high. Kept in just beyond the blue line by Moravchuk. She'll ring it the other way, back behind the goal. Lobos there to try to chip it up and out. Great job on the back check. Siwajek trying to turn it around. And here she comes. Dishes it backhand for Reese Olsen, who sends it into the corner. 13:02 to go. Puck slides down the other way. Siwajek will grab it from Leah Schaefer, who has yet to allow a goal in this game. Lofted up toward the blue line, sent the other way and off the boards by the Lobos. And here come the Pioneers. Loose puck far side. Sammy Brennan tries to center, but it's poked out by New Mexico. Now Siwajek, cross ice pass for Gabby Mansour. Mansour over for Siwajek again. Siwajek can't control her skate. She falls over. Puck wrung out and sent along the boards. An icing call, and we're back on the other side of the ice. Denver gets an offensive zone faceoff with 12:14 to go. Some upcoming games for the Denver Pioneers. They'll travel to Fort Collins to face Colorado State on November 9th, host Grand Canyon here at University of Denver, and then back-to-backs against Montana State on the 14th and the 15th of November. Denver controls the faceoff, an opportunity, but a glove save made by Swanson. She swallows it up. Far side circle faceoff. Tori Hedge is in the circle, but it's won by Denver and kept in near the blue line. A long, high shot was redirected on the way, and now loose puck out behind the goal. Poked back behind, and a centering opportunity, but the Lobos will come away with it and skate it out and into the neutral zone. Now some space for Langenwater, but nice pressure from Sharoon. Chipped over to Lauren Bush. And now Charlotte Katz, Bush behind her. Katz can't maintain possession. A good stick there by Addison Asa. Now a breakaway opportunity for Langenwater. Langenwater comes in, shoots, loose puck out in front, backhanded into the corner and away from the slot by Denver. Here comes Lauren Bush with Kyla O'Leary just ahead of her. Bush still has it, sends it back the other way. Lauren Bush there to grab it at the corner. Bush kicks it out with her skate, centers it toward the slot, but it's swatted away by Swanson. Bourbon slaps one toward the goal. Swanson got a piece of it. Now a loose puck up near the blue line. Moravchuk backhands it toward the far side dot. New Mexico with some space now. And here comes Alex Chisdek. She's got some space. Chisdek walks in, shoots, save made by Swanson. She had a piece of it off the pad. Chisdek has some space, but New Mexico will try to poke it up and out. They'll skate it along the blue line. Chisdek gives it over to Sammy Brennan. 10:14 to go here in the second period. Cross ice pass at the center for Sherling. Sherling takes a long shot. Save made. The rebound was loose. New Mexico poked it toward the corner. Denver still with it now. Alex Chisdick skate backs toward the blue line. Puck pinned along the boards right at the blue line. Chisdick at the red line, excuse me. Skated around and over. New Mexico trying to settle it down and get it out of their own zone, but a turnover and a wide angle shot missed everything, and the puck ended up in the corner. Now controlled, and a centering pass, loose puck on the right side. Swallowed up by Swanson, who will have a face-off in the offensive zone. 9:25 to go in period number 2. For those watching and curious to learn more about both of these teams, you can find both the Pioneers and the Lobos on Instagram. DU Women's Hockey at DU Dub Hockey for Denver, and for New Mexico, UNM Women's Hockey is their Instagram handle. An opportunity here, a long shot, missed everything and was loose out of the left side. Loose puck out in front. Kept in and skated toward the slot by Gabby Hardy. Now it's rung along the boards. Nice dangle move there by Reese Olsen. Olsen trying to get it out of the corner. It's chipped over along the far side. Denver there to chase it down. A whistle will send it the other way. Icing is the call. New Mexico 0-3 in ACHA play in their first season. They are 1-4 overall. They played 2 non-conference games against the New Mexico Mustangs, a local hockey team in which some of the players on the Lobos previously played for the Mustangs. They were able to get one of the wins in that 2-game series. Puck sent back the other way. Lobos will slide it into the neutral zone. Charlotte Cats there on the chase. And now Gabby Hardy skates it around and turns and fires into the neutral zone. Brianna Taylor holds it at her own blue line, sends it cross ice, but a brutal turnover. Here comes Kyla O'Leary on the breakaway. Backhand shot. She scores. Kyla O'Leary on the turnover, walks it in and sends it home on the backhand. The Pioneers lead 4-0. You can see the pass here at the blue line and a great defensive play by the Pioneers. O'Leary walks it in, forehand, backhand shot. She scores. O'Leary has scored 2 straight goals in this game, and she gives Denver a 4-0 lead. What a beautiful breakaway goal from Kyla O'Leary. Came into this game with 2 goals. She's got 4 now, has doubled her goal count in just 2 games. Here come the Pioneers with some speed. Anna Sherling trying to center it. Chisdick trying to get the turnover up near the point, but New Mexico skates it out into the neutral zone. Great stick there by Hannah Bourbon. Puck now loose near the red line. Backhanded by New Mexico. Chisdick with some nice moves. Dangling now on the near side, picking up some speed. Here comes Chisdick, tries to flip it forward. Chisdick, long shot, short side, save made by Swanson. Puck lofted out past the red line. Chisdick chases it down, grabs it on the back of her tape, sends it cross ice. A great pass over to Hannah Bourbon. Bourbon now walking in. Bourbon some space. A shot save made by Swanson. That missed everything. Now loose in the corner. Chisdick tries to skate it up, passes it, and kept in. Long wrist shot deflected on the way. New Mexico pokes it out, kept in by Sherling. And a whistle, offside call. 6:48 to go here in period number 2. Kyla O'Leary on natural hat trick watch. She scored the last goal in the first period to make it 3-0. And then on the breakaway turnover at the blue line just now, scored the beautiful backhand goal. She scored her first 2 goals of her season last night against New Mexico. So all 4 of her goals this entire ACHA season come against New Mexico. O'Leary on a heater right now for the Pioneers, who are up 4-0 in this game. Captain Siwajek, not enough space to get a wrister off in the slot. Here come the Lobos with some space. A 3-on-2 opportunity, backhanded toward the corner by Tori Hedges. 6:15 to go here in the second period. Starting back up with it now is Gabby Mansour. Mansour dangling with some space. Mansour sends it up toward the blue line, but New Mexico takes over. 3-on-2 opportunity if they can get some speed, but the puck was deflected at the blue line. Now a long wrist shot, missed everything way up high. Denver will try to skate it out. Denver controls. It's Sammy Brennan moving it up past the blue line. Brennan with some speed. Brennan still has it with a nice move. Brennan off the forehand now. Brennan walking it up and around at the blue line. Brennan with some space. Down low now with an opportunity. Here comes Katz, a centering pass. Loose puck out in front. Still loose out in front. Katz there on the rebound, trying to get it toward the center. Olsen walking around. Olsen changes direction. Olsen with some space, shoots! Glove save made by Swanson. Olsen had it on the backhand, wrapped around, and got a wrister off, but it went right into the glove of Swanson. 5:10 to go here in period number 2. Would have been Olsen's first goal of the night. She had 2 goals and an assist last night. A great night for Reese Olsen, scoring 3 points. Maintained by Sharoon. She'll try to send it back into the Denver offensive zone, but New Mexico sends it cross ice. Almost a great turnover. Kyla O'Leary with a chance. New Mexico, long shot, misses wide. Sharoon rockets it. Some speed now for Gabby Hardy, but New Mexico all over the defensive coverage. Loose puck now up near the blue line on the far side. Lofted far side, that shot missing wide of the goal. Sharoon rings it around the boards up in the air, over back toward behind the goal. 4:24 to go in the second period of play. Denver up by 4 here. They won 7-1 last night. Look to get the second of the 2-game series against the Lobos. Moravchik chips it down for Sharoon. Turnover in the slot. Loose puck now at the red line. Gabby Hardy skates it around and starts up with it. Hardy has some speed. Hardy walking in. Hardy coming in with some space. Hardy short side shot. Misses wide and comes into the corner. Moravchik lofts it up on the boards. Almost hit Lauren Bush in the upper body. Had to duck to get out of the way. Bush now there to try to poke it toward the slot again. Sharoon tried to get some speed on the shot, but New Mexico will skate it out into the neutral zone. Here they come now. It's the alternate captain, Kylie Phillips, who had the goal last night. One of the only goals that the Lobos scored. Now it's cleared out behind the goal by Anna Sherling. Sent over to the other side. New Mexico will try to flip it up and out. Denver gets a change. Now a loose puck chased down by Molly Erickson. And a potential opportunity for the captain, Megan Siwajek, but she missed the shot wide. Kept in and sent down low. Shot opportunity from Reese Olsen. Siwajek there to try to grab the puck. Siwajek can't maintain possession. Here come the Lobos. It's flipped up, but way too much speed on the puck for Briella Kagi. Icing the call will come back the other way. 2:33 to go here in period number 2. Only 1 goal this period. Kyla O'Leary scored her second of the game. She has back-to-back goals, and in the second goal, the turnover at the blue line, she walked it in and scored off the backhand. Megan Siwajek in the circle with Tori Hedges. Face-off won by Denver. Long shot. Rebound is loose, but it floats over too far out of the reach for anyone to score for Denver. Here comes the captain. Siwajek shoots, misses just wide. Loose puck in the corner now. Chased down by Gabby Hardy. Hardy walks it around. Hardy tries to come around and score on the wraparound. Loose puck and some pushing and shoving. Peyton Swanson is in a full starfish position to keep that puck out of the goal. 2 minutes and 10 seconds in this second period of play. Near side circle face-off. It's Kylie Phillips and Charlotte Katz to take the draw. Sharply sent over into the boards. Denver will win it. Long wrist shot, redirected on the way and deflected wide. Puck loose on the far side boards now. Sent toward the middle, but New Mexico pokes it behind the goal. They will wrap it around and try to flip it up and out. Kyla O'Leary skates it up, and it's kept in at the blue line by Gabby Hardy. Hardy walking in. Hardy leaves it for O'Leary. Now a centering pass missed the stick of Lauren Bush, and a loose puck with 1:35 to go is collected by Gabby Mansour. Turnover in the near side corner for the Lobos. Now on the back check is Denver, but they'll skate it out into the neutral zone. Charlotte Katz with some space. Kyla O'Leary has some room. A shot and a save by Swanson. Charlotte Katz skated it in toward the slot on the far side. Kyla O'Leary, who has back-to-back goals on hat-trick watch, was in the middle. 1:17 to go in the second period. Lily Moravchik in the circle, and Denver wins the faceoff. Saucered over into the corner by Elisa Sharoon. Now Denver will try to wrap it around. Here's a chance for Sharoon, who shoots, missed all that. Puck was wide and ended up behind the goal. Under a minute to go here in the second period. Loose puck, Sharoon tries to chip it back into the Denver offensive zone, but it goes up and out of play. 44 seconds to go here in the second period. Neutral zone faceoff, Moravchik wins it for the Pioneers, but then falls over. Almost a breakaway opportunity for Kiki Langenwalter, but the pass was too far ahead of her. Now an opportunity out in front, but Chizdek will skate it around onto the far side and pick up speed. Here comes Chizdek dangling on the back end. Chizdek still with it. Chizdek walking in with some speed. Chizdek will wrap it around. Now has it on the near side. Chizdek skates it around over now for Sharoon. Sharoon, one-timer, glove save made, and it's deflected up toward the blue line. The captain, Kiki Langenwater, backhands it into the neutral zone. 4 seconds to go. Moravchik will hold on, and that will do it for period number 2. So after 40 minutes of hockey, Pioneers had 3 goals in the first, a quieter period scoring-wise for both teams, but Kyla O'Leary scores back-to-back goals, and on the breakaway, she makes this a 4-0 game. Here from Price Productions, we'll step aside for second intermission. Return with second period highlights momentarily. Mark Robinson here with you on the call. Back in just a moment. Welcome back here inside Joy Burns Arena. Mark Robinson here with you on Price Productions as we give you the second intermission report as the University of Denver women's hockey Pioneers lead the New Mexico Lobos 4-0. And the story of the game so far has been Kyla O'Leary. She scored her first goal of the game all the way back in the first period, grabbed a rebound behind the goal. You'll see the puck get loose there in just a second. She wraps around and puts it short side on the right of Peyton Swanson to score her first goal of the game. And then the lone goal in the second period across both teams. Watch this. Nobody there. A pass is deflected, and O'Leary grabs the turnover on the rebound, goes forehand, backhand, shot score, and gets the back-to-back goals and makes this game 4-0. And now the interesting thing about Kyla O'Leary, the forward from Northbrook, Illinois, was coming into this weekend series, she had yet to score a goal this season. She actually only had 1 point all year. She had an assist earlier in the season. But she comes in to these 2 games. She scores 2 goals and gets her first 2 goals of the year last night against New Mexico. She's already got 2 again tonight on hat trick watch. She's been the glue of this Denver team so far tonight. She's on natural hat trick watch, that is. If she scores the next goal for the Denver Pioneers, she'll get that natural hat trick, 3 straight goals. So we'll see what Denver has in store coming into this final period of play. On the other side of things, last night, Kylie Phillips scored the only goal for the New Mexico Lobos, and the Lobos have only scored 2 goals all season across all of their ACHA competitions so far. So you're safe to say that they're coming into this last period with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. Even if they can't come back and win the game, they're sure as heck going to want to try and generate as much offense as they can and try to not make this a shutout for Leah Schaefer. So just about 5.5 minutes until the final period of play here from Joy Burns Arena. The Pioneers up 4-0 will step aside one more time. Third period straight ahead here on Price Productions. 20 more minutes of hockey ahead here at Joy Burns Arena. The home team, University of Denver, with a comfortable 4-goal lead. They're up 4-0 over the University of New Mexico Lobos, a team whose inception into the ACHA was this year. They're playing their first ever season in the American Collegiate Hockey Association, and they're yet to tally a win in the ACHA as well. And doing so tonight is a tall task now that they have 20 more minutes to try to come back and score 4 goals in the third period. Welcome back inside Joy Burns Arena. Mark Robinson here with you on Price Productions. Happy to have you with us for today's ACHA game. Want to remind you that the game is streamed and brought to you by Price Productions. The mission of Price Productions to provide a top-tier production experience for our partners, as well as support non-paywall streaming opportunities for student-athletes and their families. You can stream all our games here on YouTube at Price Productions. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like on the stream, as well as a comment. Let us know how you like the quality of the stream. Love to hear from you in that regard. Also, check us out on Instagram. Our handle is at PriceProductions970, and at our website, PriceProductions970.com. And here at Price Productions, we're proud to be partnered with 3 different schools and 5 different teams for this club hockey season. We're partnered with the Denver ACHA Division II men's hockey, as well as the Division I women's hockey, the team we have out on the ice here tonight. And Colorado State ACHA Division II men's hockey and Division II women's hockey, as well as Metro State University Denver Division II men's hockey. All sorts of club hockey to watch here on Price Productions, so make sure that you're following along and staying tuned to all the different ways that you can watch club hockey. Last 20 minutes of play here on Saturday night. Goalies back to their respective ends from the first period. And we talked about it during our brief second intermission report. We're keeping a close eye on Kyla O'Leary. She scored all 4 of her goals of the season this weekend, 2 coming tonight. And she looks to try to snag the natural hat trick. Siwajek almost with the turnover in the slot after the Denver Pioneers won the faceoff. Now it's skated around and centered, a loose puck out in front. But New Mexico will try to poke it free. Still loose over near the far side circle. Sent off the boards and rocketed back into the zone by Alex Chizdek. It'll be an icing call. And we'll have a face-off on the other end here in the final period of play. Face off at the far side circle, won by the Lobos, but it's chipped up and out toward the blue line. Now here comes Alex Chizdek, moving up with some speed, lofts it up toward the back of the goal, icing waved off, and now chipped over into the corner. Now loose behind the goal. Reese Olson skates it up past the point. Olson walks it back the other way now. Short angle shot, loose puck now in the slot. Chizdek shoots, save made by Swanson. Chizdek grabbed the rebound, had the chance to rocket it home, but a great save by Peyton Swanson. Got to give her some credit. She's let in 4 goals tonight, but she is being tested in all sorts of facets as a goaltender. Rebounds, slap shots, wrist shots, loose pucks in the slot. I mean, you name it, she's had to deal with almost every scenario for a goaltender tonight, and she's held her own for the most part. Puck saucers over to the far side. It's lofted up into the air and off the boards. A whistle stops the play. Lobos will get a change with 18:40 to go. Denver keeps their same 5 skaters out on the ice. No penalties in this game yet. It's been even strength all throughout the first 2 periods. Puck is loose and now controlled by Abigail Hinckley. Hinckley had some space, but it's poked forward, and now Charlotte Katz pokes it up now, kept in, and Risted loose out in front. Another wrist shot, just missing wide. O'Leary will skate it around. Some offensive pressure. Now skated up for Katz. She's got one woman to get around. Charlotte Katz will skate it over to the near side and bring it out down low. Katz got pushed down from behind. New Mexico has some space now. Here comes Phillips. Had the only goal last night. She sends it way over the goal. Chipped back the other way, but Denver's there to flip it up and out into the neutral zone. Goes back the other way from New Mexico. Tic-tac-toe, back and forth. Chip shots from both teams. Now a loose puck in between the blue and the red line. Sent cross ice by Chizdek. Now Moravchik will ring it around the boards. Swanson comes out of the crease. Has to get right back to her position as the puck is now loose. Molly Erickson has it pinned along the boards. New Mexico will try to poke it out. Loose up near the point of the blue line. It's chopped back the other way, straight onto the pad of Swanson. She'll hold on. Denver gets an offensive zone faceoff. Far side circle faceoff. Moravchik wins it for Denver, but not before the Lobos take over. Skated out toward the corner. Pinned along the boards. Down low behind the goal. Denver comes away with it. Looking for the centering pass. Walking in. Gives it off to the backhand. Nice shot. Rebound was deflected on the way. Kept in at the top by Brennan. Brennan sends it cross ice over for Moravchik, but a turnover now at the neutral zone is the Lobos. They'll skate it back into their own zone. Denver will get a change. Almost a up ice pass breakaway opportunity for Briella Kagi. But Denver was all over it. And a stoppage of play here with 16:29 to go. Near side circle face-off. It's the captain, Megan Siwajecki, in the circle, lined up against Kylie Phillips. The two captains face-to-face to take the draw. It's won by Denver. They'll try to loft it out, send it toward their own zone. Mia Hollister falling over on the play there. And now some space for Siwajek. Siwajek walks in toward the slot, shoots, save made by Swanson. Siwajek skated it toward the middle, walked over to the far side, got the wrister off. But Swanson made the save. And I said it once, I'll say it again, you gotta give Peyton Swanson some credit. She comes into this game with a .93 save percentage. Obviously those numbers gonna be a little different considering Denver scored 4 goals, but as I said, she has seen every imaginable scenario for a goalie tonight. And handled almost all of them pretty swiftly. Loose puck out in front. Rebound is loose. Now over to the far side. Unbelievable defense by the Pioneers. Now Siwajek starts up with it now. Has some space. Long wrist shot. Missed everything. Reese Olson there on the chase. She has it down low now on the boards. Now loose out behind the goal. Sherling will skate it around. Centering pass missed wide. Reese Olson goes to grab it. Olson skates it up beyond the dot. Now here comes Gabby Mansour. Short side, down low, Mansour pinned along the boards. Mansour walks in with some space, comes in, shoots! Save made. So we'll have a face-off in the near side circle. After the close score opportunity, Sharoon, long shot deflected on the way there. Lobos will try to puck it out. Puck sent towards center ice now. Here comes New Mexico with some space, but Chizdek will redirect it the other way. Just saw Chizdek get hit in the face with a stick. Surprised there was no call there. Charlotte Katz now on the backhand centers, but it's chipped along the way. O'Leary up now for Sharoon, shoots, deflected wide. Pretty solid showing for the away team, New Mexico. A lot of fans as Sharoon will send it cross ice. It was chipped along the way, but Chizdek there on the coverage. Loose puck now behind the net. Sharoon there to grab it and send it over to the corner. Denver sends it up ice off the boards. Adeline Asa. Over now for Taylor. Sharoon has it at the blue line. Sends it up to Sherling. Now Chizdek pokes it up past the red line. Hannah Bourbon on the chase. Bourbon with the turnover. Bourbon walking in, but the puck deflected behind the goal. Another wraparound chance. Puck is stuffed along the goal. It's loose out in front, and the Lobos able to flip it up and out. Sammy Brennan backhands it cross ice. It's chipped the other way, and now the Lobos with a turnover in their own offensive zone. Brennan skates it around the other way. Brennan loses control. A lot of pressure, a lot of intensity from this New Mexico team who trails by 4. Kylie Phillips, the alternate captain, sends it back behind to Brianna Taylor. Good stick there by Molly Erickson. Sent cross ice by Chizdek. Lobos loft it over the red line. Gabby Mansour on the chase. No icing. Mansour will run it around the goal. And here comes Mansour. Crossing the blue line, now the red line. Still with it is Mansour. Mansour walking in. She's tripped up, and that'll be the first penalty of the game. Gabby Mansour on the near side, walking it in toward the slot, was tripped up. And for the first time tonight, the Pioneers will go on the power play. So the first power play unit out there for Eric Mayhew and the Pioneers. Sammy Brennan, Alex Chizdek, Kyla O'Leary, Reese Olson, and Charlotte Katz in the circle to take the face-off. I do beg your pardon, that is Hannah Bourbon in place of Kyla O'Leary. 12:31 to go, and after the tripping call, Pioneers are on the power play. Another stoppage of play. It's Lasair Servia in the box for tripping. She has no points on the season, played previously for the New Mexico Mustangs. Is a graduate student at the University of New Mexico, holds some research positions as a grad student, and enjoys art on the side of playing hockey for the Lobos. Far side circle face-off. It's Charlotte Katz and Briella Kagi. Face-off chipped over into the corner down low. Charlotte Katz there to try to chip it up, and it's kept in by Chizdek, who sends it up now for Brennan. Brennan skating it in, sends it back up to Chizdek. Chizdek over now for Gabby Hardy. Hardy walks in, a one-time opportunity. Charlotte Katz. Now here comes Chizdek. Chizdek over now to the other side. Long shot. Puck loose out in front. Nice save made. Great job there. Still a power play for Denver. the first of the night across both teams. It's been a pretty clean night of hockey between the Lobos and the Pioneers, as this one will be cleared out by Abigail Hinckley all the way down to the other end of the ice, and Shizdek will have to skate down and recover it. Sent all the way up ice now, and New Mexico there to try to grab it. They'll ring it around the boards, but Hannah Bourbon sends it over now for Sammy Brennan, who shoots, and the rebound was deflected wide. Brennan got the wrist shot off. More room now, another shot, another save, loose puck out in front. A backhand shot gets way up in the air off the deflection. Missed pass there. Chizdek has to chase it down outside of the blue line. She can't keep it in. Now here comes Hannah Bourbon. Bourbon walks in, shoots, it's deflected on the way. Bourbon, a short angle shot, misses wide. Time ticking down on the power play. Centering pass deflected from Reese Olsen, and it's cleared out again. Alex Chizdek will have to chase down the deflected play. Time winding down on the power play. Here comes Megan Siwajek on the near side. Siwajek dangles. She's tripped up again. That's going to be another power play for the Pioneers. Five on three now for the next few seconds. Sharoon wins the faceoff. Now Moravchek maintains possession. Moravchek up now for Sharoon. Sharoon skating, sends it up now. No possession there. Almost poked out in front for the Lobos. Back to 5-on-4 hockey. First penalty expired now. Still a power play for the Pioneers as Hardy skates it around the goal. Hardy looking for a pass. Hardy dangling, sending it over to Sharoon. Sharoon shoots, deflected on the way. Backhanded over now for Moravchek. Pioneers on the power play halfway through the third period. Now Gabby Hardy with it still. Backhands it over to the captain, Siwajek, who was tripped up both times for both power plays. Hardy over for Sharoon. Sharoon tries to get a shot off. Moravchek there to grab the deflection. Sharoon again up near the blue line, sends it down low. Now the captain, Siwajek. Sharoon sends a low shot, loose puck out in front, and another save made by Peyton Swanson. So after two straight periods of perfect hockey, no penalties from either team, New Mexico shows some signs of weakness, gets back-to-back tripping calls. Back to even strength hockey. This shot missing just high. Now it's controlled by Denver. Walking in now and shooting. Save made. Rebound is loose behind the net. Flipped up toward the blue line. New Mexico trying to clear it out. 9:12 to go in the final period here on Saturday night. Chizdek dangles. Now here comes Charlotte Katz. Katz skates it out toward the corner. Dangling now and pinned along the boards. Kyla O'Leary. Now Chizdek with an opportunity. Shoots! What a save from Swanson. Near side circle face-off. Charlotte Katz in the circle against Tori Hedges. Won by Denver. O'Leary tried to dangle toward the middle. Reminder that O'Leary's on natural hat trick watch still. Chizdek trying to keep possession. Here come New Mexico now, but a great stick on the back check by Sammy Brennan. Brennan with it now, almost another turnover, but Brennan will skate it out past the blue line. Had Sherling to her right. Sherling will grab the puck off the rebound. And now Kyla O'Leary walking it in past the blue line. Deflected the other way for New Mexico. They've got numbers, but Chizdek will skate, turn around, and fire it the other way. Here comes Alex Chizdek now, picking up speed, crossing the red line, now crossing the blue line. Chizdek walking in toward the middle. Chizdek, backhand shot. Rebound is loose. Chizdek rockets another one, goes way up in the air into the far side corner. Sherling was there. 7:50 to go here in the final period of play. Denver up 4-0 at home over New Mexico. Long wrist shot offside, the call. Both teams looking to change. 7:39 to go here in the final period of play. Face off in the neutral zone. Won by Denver. Here comes Gabby Hardy. Hardy trying to dangle. Puck was deflected and poked out by Swanson, now loose to the left of the goal. Loose puck out in front still. Swanson doing everything she can to see it. Denver sends it up toward the blue line. Now sent back down low. Erickson tried to get the turnover in the slot. Chipped over the other way. Rocketed cross ice near the corner of the Lobos there to grab it. Puck loose in the neutral zone. Here comes New Mexico with some speed. Phillips takes a shot deflected by Moravchik on the way. Now an opportunity, they shoot, miss wide. Starting back up with it now for the Pioneers is Bourbon. Bourbon chips it up toward the middle, deflected off of Adeline Asa. Here comes Brianna Taylor with some speed. Taylor on the near side, trying to walk it in toward the middle. Taylor shoots, puck loose now up in the air. Grabbed by Siwajek, sends it cross ice and chipped past the blue line by Reese Olson. Mansour backhands it around the corner. Now loose and onto the pad of Leah Schaefer. 6:04 to go in this final period of play. Of a face-off for the Lobos in the offensive zone. Tori Hedges in the circle to take the face-off against Megan Siwajek. Puck loose behind the net. Lobos trying to center it from down low. Denver trying to poke it out and loft it out of their own zone. Loose now along the boards, passes the blue line, and Denver able to get it out of their zone once again. Sent back over for Sharoon, and now a nice dangle from Chizdek. Chizdek walks in, Chizdek shoots, but misses and fans on the shot. Chizdek had all the space, but couldn't follow through on the play. Denver still with possession. It's Reese Olson walking it around to the far side. Olson can't maintain possession. Nice stick there by Abigail Hinckley. Short side shot saved by Swanson with 5:20 to go here in the final period of play. Great showing of fans here from Joy Burns Arena for both teams. The second of the two-game stand between the Lobos and the Pioneers. Of course, last night, Pioneers getting the 7-1 win, on pace to take back-to-back and extend to a 3-game win streak. Here comes Sharoon, takes a long shot, misses wide. New Mexico trying to clear, puck pinned on the boards now. Denver trying to poke it away and get it toward the middle. Saucered over the red line, and Chizdek will chase it down. Chizdek has O'Leary to her right and Sharoon behind her. Chizdek working really hard to get toward the middle. Has had a lot of really good scoring opportunities. Now O'Leary will skate it back over the red line, sends it cross ice for Chizdek. Chizdek, you can tell, is hungry to get her first goal of the night. Had one last night as well. Sharoon had a nice opportunity. Sharoon shoots, but it's deflected off the body of Katie Gunta. 4:20 to go in the final period. Now a breakaway opportunity for Phillips. Phillips walks in, shoots. What a save made by Leah Schaefer. She got her right pad on the backhand shot from Phillips, and she keeps this game scoreless for New Mexico. Pioneers send it up toward the neutral zone now. It's chipped over the blue line in New Mexico. We'll try to maintain. O'Leary now with some space. O'Leary, too many teal jerseys around her to try to get a shot off in the slot. O'Leary dishes over to Brennan. Brennan up ice now for Moravchik. Moravchik on chase. Can't get there. It's a turnover now, and it's skated up ice by Asa. Adeline Asa walks in, skates it over down low to the corner. Asa gives it up for Hedges. Hedges now, and it's loose out in front. Nice save made by Leah Schaefer. 3:30 to go here in period number 3. Face-off won by the Lobos. Puck deflected out in front, and they score. Lobos won the face-off, and off of a brutal redirect, Briella Kagi scores her second goal of the season. You can see the way the puck was redirected out in front, just not a chance that Schaefer's going to be able to get a glove or a pad on that. So with less than 4 to go, the shutout nullified, and it's a 3-goal game. Poked up and over the blue line. Here comes Sammy Brennan, who sends it up ice now for Hannah Bourbon. Bourbon walking it around the goal. Nice play there by the Lobos, but it's kept in by Denver. Sent over now for Moravchik, but it's poked out over to the red line. Denver has to reset and grab it on the other end. Icing waved off. Brennan grabs it off the backhand, skates it around the goal. And now a turnover opportunity. Puck loose out in front, just barely scooted across the crease. 2:30 to go here in the final period of play. Denver lofts it up past the blue line, but it's kept in by New Mexico. Now Sammy Brennan has it. Has 1 goal and 1 point on the season. Poked the other way. Gabby Mansour grabs it now. Mansour sends it up ice to Siwajek. Siwajek. A little bit of space now. Siwajek, long shot. Glove save made by Swanson. Mark Robinson here with you on the call on Price Productions. We're very happy to be here on a lovely night for hockey. Face-off won and controlled now by Denver. Siwajek centers a shot. What a save made, but the rebound scoots in, and they score. Gabby Hardy scores goal number 2 of the season, continues the point streak, and makes this a 5-1 game. Hardy gets the rebound. She had an assist last night. She scores a goal tonight. It's her second of the year. Right back where we were just a few moments ago with less than 2 minutes to go. It's a 4-goal game. Hardy, who just scored goal number 5, chips it over behind the goal. Now the captain, Siwajek, dishes off for Reese Olson. Olson tries to send it the other way. Now Siwajek, pinned alongside the boards. Siwajek, now for Lauren Bush. Olson will poke it over around the corner. 1:17 to go here in period number 3. Time winding down in this second of 2 series. Puck sent on the boards, but Hardy is there to throw it back the other way. But now here comes New Mexico. Trying to get some space is Tori Hedges. Denver will try to get it going the other way. Less than 1 minute to go here in the final period of play. Poked over to the red line, controlled by New Mexico, sent back the other way, 40 seconds to go. Sent cross ice over to Kyla O'Leary. O'Leary, last chance to get the hat trick here potentially. O'Leary dangling, O'Leary walking in, shooting. What a save made by Swanson. O'Leary wanted to do it all by herself, had the opportunity to get the hat trick, but Swanson said, not tonight. .28 seconds to go. Near side face-off at the dot. Charlotte Katz and Tori Hedges on the draw. Puck loose after the face-off, now controlled over on the far side by Anna Sherling. Aggressively sent the other way now with 15 seconds to go. Six seconds to go. Puck still loose now at the blue line. 3 seconds to go. New Mexico trying to stay alive. A save made, and that is time. The Pioneers continue their win streak and take back-to-back wins over the New Mexico Lobos. 5-1 the final score after Denver had home ice dominance all weekend. We'll take a look at the highlights from the third period. It was quiet for the start, but we'll go through and watch the goals that were scored, starting off with the Lobos, who got that beautiful rebound chance. Briella Kagi scored her second goal of the season. Not a chance that Leah Schaefer was going to be able to score that, or save that rebound off the redirect. Unfortunate that the shutout was nullified for Leah Schaefer, but an immediate bounce back for Gabby Hardy of the Pioneers just a few seconds after that goal from the Lobos. Hardy strikes right back and made it a 4-goal game. And so after 3 periods of play, a 4-goal lead gives the Denver Pioneers back-to-back wins over the New Mexico Lobos. 2 straight wins, and it's their first 2 franchise wins over the Lobos. So the final score tonight from Denver, the Pioneers 5 and New Mexico 1. We thank you for joining us tonight for tonight's ACHA contest here on Price Productions. For my cameraman Isaiah Cordova and producer Douglas Sheffield, my name is Mark Robinson, signing off and saying so long. Thank you for tuning in and supporting. Have a great rest of your night.